friends, hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Welcome back to yet another video of the Football Mania to bring you all the latest news and exciting content from the football world. Yet another game week and yet another humdinger in the English Premier League. And this is the common theme of this season, and whenever two top teams clash, it is going to be fireworks. And as usual, we saw feisty atmosphere at Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Manchester City. For both these teams, it was crucial for picking up all 3 points because they know that this can be a massive turnaround in their season. And as far as Chelsea is concerned, they started off on the front foot. They did everything right, barring scoring a goal because it was very hard to come by. They were not able to break down Manchester City even though they were creating good gilt-edged chances. And it was very unfortunate in the first 2 minutes that Raheem Sterling had to go off injured. Aubameyang came in place of him, and instantly we saw that there was a quickness about their attack. Every time Manchester City lost the ball, Chelsea were quick to create that transition and create overloads, especially in the wider spaces. And Manchester City were not looking their true self. I felt as if there was a shell and they were not able to play their free flowing football. And it was really surprising to me that in the first half Erling Haaland had only 12 touches of the ball. Are you kidding me? He is a striker who is always known for being a predator inside the penalty box. And it was really quite surprising, to be honest, because even Kevin De Bruyne was not so influential in the first half. He was not able to get those, half spaces which he truly likes, and everyone was expecting a very tight contest. And as far as Chelsea is concerned, everything was spot on in terms of their defensive structure. Kalidou Koulibaly and Thiago Silva require a huge shout out because they both were quite exceptional in the first half. Every time, Erling Haaland was trying to spin in behind, Thiago Silva's positional play and understanding of the game is just sublime. And nobody can question the fact that he is still 38 years old and he has not aged one bit. He is still performing at his peak, and everybody knows the quality which he possesses. And even Graham Potter was quite confident going into this match, even though we expected a very bright start by Chelsea. They did give a very good contest. Even Chukwueze came quite close in the first half. He hit the post. Ederson got lucky at times, and I felt that Pep Guardiola had to change something at half time. And then he went into the dressing room and delivered a stern team talk. Because whenever the going gets tough, Pep Guardiola is usually quite animated, and especially when it is close to 80 minutes, and if Manchester City are still drawing a game, he will be furious. And it was time to make those key substitutions. In the midpoint of the second half, he brought on Riyad Mahrez as well as Jack Grealish, and it proved to be a masterstroke. Just before that, he brought on Manuel Akanji and Rico Lewis, who has been just a sensational talent for Manchester City. I think he was scouted by the club's academy itself, and it is just an outstanding story. And I was expecting City to get more, comfortable with the ball and have more controlled possession, because we know that whenever this team has possession of the ball, they can create a lot of chances. They can create overloads, and it was quite surprising that Bernardo Silva came off in the second half, and we wanted to see some kind of different attacking play, some patterns of play which we didn't see in the first half. So it was a clear sign that they wanted to use the wider spaces by bringing in two wingers, and magically they combined in the 63rd minute. Jack Grealish puts in a delightful, low cross into the penalty box, and it is slotted into the back of the net by Riyad Mahrez. I would blame Kepa on that occasion because I felt that he could have intercepted the ball. There was not much pace on the ball, and he had ample time to just intercept it and collect it into his safe arms. However, there was a miscommunication between him and Kalidou Koulibaly. He felt that in the back post Marc Cucurella is there and he can do the job on Riyad Mahrez. However, 1-0 to Manchester City, and once again Pep Guardiola's substitutions have made the difference. It is as simple as that. Sometimes when the same pattern of attack is not giving you the end product, you require to change things. And when you freshen up the team with those key substitutions, instantly you realize that there is much more intensity into the game. There is much more fluidity in the passing, and when you bring on those fresh legs, they can have a massive impact on the outcome of the game. And it was 1-0. After that, it was all about game management. You know that whenever you give this Manchester City team the lead, it is going to be extremely difficult for you as a team to come back into the game. Yes, there were some half chances. Kai Havertz came close. Even I was quite impressed by the left back for Chelsea, Lewis Hall. He was also quite consistent in terms of knowing when to make the run and knowing when to fall back. He is quite composed for a teenager, and I just felt that there was no urgency in Chelsea's play, and that was the entire theme of the match. I would say after about 65 minutes, Chelsea were just trying to get the ball and uh, ensure that they have a lucky breakthrough. However, this Manchester City team is the best when it comes to game management. It was 1-0 and there was still more than 25 minutes to go. And I was expecting Chelsea to react, make a comeback into the game. However, Pep Guardiola made the substitutions. They are doing their job defensively, and we know how lethal they can be on the counter attack. And that is exactly what happened. Jack Grealish is so clever in winning those cheap fouls, especially inside his own penalty box, and that was just giving away some more time for Manchester City to have control of the game. And it was very, very unfortunate for Chelsea. I felt it was a very soft goal to concede, which could have been avoided. However, what does this outcome mean for Manchester City? Now they are just 5 points behind Arsenal. The title race is still wide open, my friends. I am not discounting Manchester City one bit, because this team just requires a small slip up by the leaders and they will be chasing you down right till the end of the season. And that is exactly what I am predicting, my friends. I am expecting a very, very close title race this time between Arsenal and Manchester City. It was a huge win in the context of the title race, and I'm sure that Guardiola would be pleased with the kind of control that his team showed during the game. They knew when to attack, they knew when to defend, and they collectively played as a team. That was the most impressive aspect about Manchester City. About Chelsea, I would just say that it is back to the drawing board. Now they just need to, remove this defeat out of their heads. They need to focus on the FA Cup clash, which is once again with Manchester City, and after that they need to build some winning momentum in the Premier League. Hope to have Chelsea in the European spots, but it is a long way off. I think they're 10th now, which is just a very dismal state of affairs for Chelsea Football Club. So, guys, please let me know what are your thoughts about Chelsea as well as Manchester City's title hopes. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you liked this video, please do me a favor, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, because I would be coming up with lot of content from the world of football. So please stay tuned, and until next time, stay safe and take care.